Big 12 ranked games. Number 6, Oklahoma, giving 13 at Nebraska the week that they fire Scott Frost. This always scares me as a fan of a team that has to face a team that just fired their coach, because so many times you see it. They rally behind the new guy.
Right. Dead cat bounce back. You hear those sorts of phrases that are brought out for like investing terms and all that. Mickey Joseph maybe can help kind of lead this team. This is a close game last year, you know, between these two teams in Norman. Oklahoma ended up winning the game. They obviously didn't cover in that respect. But, I mean, look, Nebraska is really a conundrum. When you watch them on tape, it's like a different thing is causing them to lose games each week. You know, they can be great against the run one week, and then the next week it's what caused them to lose a game. Casey Thompson, I thought, played well enough last week to beat Georgia Southern. Unfortunately, they couldn't stop Georgia Southern's rushing attack and some of the big plays that came off of that. So this is one where I don't know that they have to worry about that quite as much with Oklahoma, where they kind of rely more on the arm of Dylan Gabriel and Jeff Lebby and everything they do through the air. But the Oklahoma defense is back with Brent Venables. This is back more to like the Bob Stoops coach Oklahoma team. So I think points could be hard to come by, but I do think there'll be some tricks. There'll be caution thrown to the wind. So I'm looking at saying I'll take the 13 points and the under. I think this will be a competitive game, one in which, Danny, I think you could see a little extra juice there from the Nebraska corners. And especially if it's a tight game, Danny, they might be saying, hey, Scott Frost isn't here anymore.
Yeah,
maybe we can actually close one of these things out.
Yes, we have a lock unity. I'm on the same exact page as you. I do think there will be a bounce. I think this will be an emotional game. I think, you know, there's a lot of probably, you know, players who are sitting there thinking, man, like what just happened? Their heads are probably spinning. I never had to deal with a coach being fired in the middle of the season after just a handful of games. I do think you'll get the best atmosphere, too, with the sea of red showing up, realizing they probably bought their tickets in the preseason, hoping it was going to be better. We know they always show up with those sellouts. So I think they also realize what happened last year. You mentioned it, being close in that game. And this will be a first real test for Oklahoma to take it on the road. I think this one will be lower scoring, too. Brent Venables has done a phenomenal job on the defense side of the ball, tougher physically, mentally, I think the Sooners are. But I think this will be a game that could be tight in the fourth quarter and possibly, you know, Gary Patterson was the TCU coach that got fired. I remember them the week after he gets fired. They pulled off a massive upset. Chris is totally right. Like I wouldn't be shocked if we're sitting here and it's a massive upset win for Nebraska as one of these, coaches fired, rally around everybody else, us against the world type of moments.
I still can't believe TCU fired a guy who has a statue outside the stadium, Gary Patterson. That's a.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.